Cleveland Wine Festival, presented by Giant Eagle, was recently held at Voinovich Park. The 8th annual two-day celebration brought out thousands of wine lovers, myself included. Take a look.
Got over 360 wines to choose from. A large craft beer component with Anheuser-Busch, Stella, Leffe, Hoegaarden, and the Goose Island brands. We've got live music, demonstrations going on right now. Obviously, we got a packed house, so we're really excited.
Just trying out different things and then going to the store and like, oh, I tasted this at the Cleveland Wine Festival. This is my 6th year, and I'm excited. It's always a good time, and it's a perfect spot. And last year it was pouring, so I'm glad the weather's nice this year.
Jimmy, we are with the Save Me San Francisco brand, which is the band Train, Hey Soul Sister Train. Tell us a little about this, because this is pretty big that bands are now getting into the wine market.
Yeah, I'd say first person that started off was Dave Matthews, came out with Dreaming Tree a while back. He started this whole revolution of, getting into wines and helping out charities is a great way to do it. I'd say about a couple years ago, Train started doing this. It just started out with 3 wines. The California 37, the Drops of Jupiter, and the Hello Fine. And they make some great wines.
And now there's a Chardonnay coming out for you wine lovers out there, your white wine lovers.
Yeah, and also the newest one is Hey Soul Sister, which was probably one of their most popular songs.
Definitely. Now, all proceeds from the sales of these wines are going to charity, correct?
Yeah, 100% of all proceeds go to the band Train's charities or foundations.
That's amazing. And you can get these wines over at Giant Eagle.
Yeah, and they're all great price. They're all under $10.
Oh my gosh, you can't beat that. And you're helping a good cause at the same time while you're having some fun.
Ferrante Winery is an Ohio winery. Where exactly are you located?
Actually, we're located in Geneva, Ohio, which is about 45 miles east. Our family's had the property since 1937. We've been growing grapes and producing wine at that facility since then.
How easy is it to grow grapes here in Ohio?
Oh, it's extremely difficult. We're not like California, where California, their weather's always constant. It's always going to be warm, it's always going to be dry. In Ohio, it's just the opposite. We have cool temperatures, we have a lot of rain. For example, 2012 was probably the best year we've had in a long time. If anybody remembers, back in the early spring, we had that real warm March. Well, what happened was our grapes thought that it was already April, May. So they started budding. In early May, we had a frost that probably killed 25% of our vines. But then we had that real warm summer, which kind of saved us. So our yields were down, but the quality was fantastic. So the 2012 vintage from Northeast Ohio are great.
So is there a special wine at Ferrante Winery something that you specialize in there?
Actually, our strength is in our cool climate whites. For example, our Rieslings. We make a Riesling called Golden Bunches, which is a dry Riesling. Back in May, the Director of Agriculture in the state of Ohio named that the best white wine in Ohio. There was a Riesling challenge for Rieslings that were produced all in the United States. Out of 66 entries, 6 Rieslings were picked. The Golden Bunches was one of the 6.
Excellent.
Yeah, so Ferrante, that wine kind of put us on the map in the little wine world that we live in.
So is this your first time at the Cleveland Wine Festival?
It is.
What do you think so far?
I think it's excellent. The wine is terrific. The food is excellent.
What have you eaten?
We had the pulled pork sandwiches and funnel cakes. We had a little bit of everything.
And what have you had to drink thus far?
We had the beer. We sat through the beer. It was more of a beer tasting session, and we drank almost every wine I think that's here.
Did you have a favorite?
So we bought extra tickets. Actually, Coppola, which we're right next to.
Coppola's your favorite?
Yeah, it's definitely my favorite.